Good day to all my followers today. As my heading says, we we now go back to the proposed hospital at TETE settlement in Geru. This morning, I went with my vice president to Twin Towers, where Pacific Asia PNG Limited is located, and we uncovered that within the same building, like I said before, there are so many other companies that are based in the same building. And after we knocked, and I think we've got a video that's circulating at the moment. After we knocked, we got a reception that came out to tell us that yes, Mr. Sangaran Subramania was in the building, and she went into the office, and another lady came out, and she denied the fact that Mr. Subramania was not there. But we reminded her politely that Mr. Sangara Subramanian was in the building. So I think it got to Mr. Subramania's ears, and he came charging out his office with his nostrils blowing, and asked us why we were there, and we told him that we were this time we were there. We've been there to the office twice before on another matter with the land that with one of his companies, Fenny Limited, that was trying to acquire customary land at the Idubara Technical College, just opposite the Idubara Technical College on the waterline, the coastline, and we had reminded him that was customary land that he could not encroach on, and this matter is now before the court between one of the persons of the area who's disputed his title, and we had assisted in that. But this time he came with his nostrils all flared up, wanting to start a fight, and we said we were not there. We were not there for that Idubara land deal where he was trying to scam the government to build another private hospital. But this time we were more direct. We said, no, we are here to find out about what you are doing, how far you are going with the TETE settlement proposed hospital that's going to cost 800 million kina. And I think he lost his cool, and he was screaming and shouting, telling us to leave the place or he'd get the police or call the security on us. And we told him, we are not leaving the place because you're going to call the security or the police. We are asking you straight as to how you obtained 50 million kina without even getting a UDL license and without having title to the property. And what was the 50 million kina paid to you by the state of Papua New Guinea? 20 million kina of that came from ratepayers' money in the National Capital District, and a further 30 million kina was approved from the office of the Department of National Planning. Now, our question was simple and direct in that, how did this bandit from India who's involved in land racketeering come to convince the governor and the board of NCDC and the National Executive Council to get the approval to obtain a UDL on that particular portion of land at TETE? And before even getting the land, he was already given 50 million kina up front. And I think Sangaran Subramania is a fraudster, because he's registered more than 20 companies at IPA, and they all operate from within the same building. And most of his activities has to do with land racketeering in Port Moresby, like what's happened with Frederick Goodmanson at Pagail, where they have discussed about everything from luxury hotels to now casinos, and now there's a proposal to start a casino endorsed by the Prime Minister James Marape in a deviation from his preachings as a Christian, to endorsing a licensed casino. So our question now is, since Mr. Sengaran Subramanian has directed us to deal with the governor of the city, Paul Spako, I am now posing this question to Paul Spako to make an appointment to see Paul Spako on how and why he made a decision unilaterally to give that fellow 20 million, even before he had the land title or the UDL on the particular portion, and how he got to convince the National Executive Council, who approved 30 million kina through the Department of National Planning. And he has come out to launch that particular hospital 2 months ago, even before he had the UDL to the place there. So, Governor Paul Spako, the onus is now on you to come public to explain how you went about to approve the hospital, and if you have the powers to approve the construction of a major hospital in the country, and if you had consulted with the Department of Health and the Fiscal Planning and Lands Board and the NEC to build a 800 bed hospital at the cost of 800 million kina with a private company like Pacific Asia Limited. And you would also confirm whether that 50 million kina has been withheld by the National Capital District Commission, or has it been paid to Pacific Asia Limited PNG. Now, we have already given you notice that we would file an official complaint to the police, and we would like to do that, but we have held back in the hope that the governor of the city will come forward to explain the entire saga. Now, when we went to that, when we went into Mr. Subramaniam's office at Pacific Asia Limited PNG, he did not have the courtesy to call us in and to talk to us in a civilized manner. He was very arrogant. As a bloody foreigner, he was so arrogant. He thought he owned this country. And we were questioning him politely, saying that if you are this guy who's going to build a hospital, would you like to tell us how you're going to build a hospital? Because we were concerned insofar as public money was concerned, and not that this was a huge portion of land that's most likely to displace people who are currently residing on that property. So it begs the question now that the governor of the city, Honorable Paul Spako, has to come forward and come public to explain to the people of Port Moresby and the country as to how and why they paid this guy 50 million kina, and for what purpose. Because if a hospital is to be undertaken, it should be undertaken by the appropriate authorities. And that is the government of Papua New Guinea through the Department of Health, the Department of Works. So we fail to see the connection between Mr. Sengaran Subramaniam and Pacific Asia Limited PNG and the National Capital District and the government of Papua New Guinea, and how they have been going about to allocate land for this hospital through a private company. Now, these are facts that need to be clarified, and we are asking Honorable Paul Spako to come forward and clear the air. I will be calling at your office as president and leader of the People's Anti-Corruption Movement to get the final details of that. And if you don't provide the details, as we said already, and we will not repeat ourselves, we will revert to the law enforcement authorities to deal with this, because as far as we are concerned, it is a political scam to siphon public monies. Thank you for watching me today. Thank you. While we are here, also today, events have taken place at on the floor of Parliament when we've caught wind, or it's now become public knowledge, that the opposition has moved another vote of no confidence, or a motion of no confidence, in the Prime Minister, nominating the the Governor of Enga, Peter Ipatas, and we congratulate Peter Ipatas for being bold enough to take the challenge. I think he's a well-versed person who's served his province and the country for the last 30 years. We congratulate you on taking that step. But we also want to reiterate to members of parliament that as citizens of this country, we are stakeholders. You represent us, the people of Papua New Guinea. And we want to make crystal clear, and I'm speaking here for and on behalf of the silent majority of Papua New Guineans who are not able to speak. I have come out very clearly asking the Prime Minister to resign, and I will reiterate my call that the Prime Minister should honorably resign to allow Parliament in its wisdom to nominate and elect a Prime Minister to replace you. You have proven beyond any reasonable doubt that you are incompetent. You can't even manage the country. You've left this country in a lawless state. The economy is collapsed. The currency has been devalued down to its bottom. People are suffering. As I speak, there is a cash crisis. Government is not able to pay out all its debts, and that cannot get any worse than that. Now, it is not the opposition or the government to decide whether you become Prime Minister, you remain as Prime Minister or not. It's the people of this country that have the power to decide. And if they are not happy with your performance as Prime Minister over the last 5 years, there is nothing more honorable for you to do than to tender your resignation to the Speaker of Parliament and let Parliament in its own wisdom decide on whom they will elect as the new Prime Minister to take this country forward. With that, I say good afternoon to all my followers right throughout the country, and we'll keep you posted on events as they take place. We are asking the members of Parliament. There is no such thing as opposition or government on the floor of Parliament, as we know. Our Westminster system, or the system that we have in place, does not provide for opposition or a government. It is just the Parliament that decides on chorus about who should be Prime Minister, and they decide who to bring down as Prime Minister. And the onus is now upon all you members of Parliament to demonstrate your integrity in asking your Prime Minister to resign for failing to perform his mandated duties as Prime Minister, and allow Parliament to elect a new Prime Minister forthwith. We salute the Governor of Enga and his proponents about in nominating him as the alternate Prime Minister, but we think that the Prime Minister, James Marape, should simply resign and allow Parliament to elect a new Member of Parliament. Thank you very much for watching me today.
Thank you.
John Endemongo Kua, President of the People's Anti-Corruption. Today I got with me a special guest who's my assistant, and he decided to take the stage with me as well. Thank you for watching me.
Thank you.
Kua, you too.